Welcome to India HR Dialogues, the Executive Read.
Yes, welcome.
We're all about keeping you ahead in this crazy world of business,
Absolutely.
And we know you're busy, so we dig into these books, articles, all that stuff.
Yeah, we do the heavy lifting.
And give you the good stuff, those key insights, like a cheat sheet for your brain.
That's a good way to put it, a knowledge shortcut.
Right. So while you're here, why not hit that subscribe button? That way you won't miss out on any of these deep dives we do.
Definitely subscribe.
Okay, so today we're diving into Delivering Happiness by Tony Hsieh.
Great book.
It's about his journey, and this is wild, from worm farmer
I know, right?
to CEO of Zappos.
Yeah, a $1 billion online shoe empire.
That's crazy.
You know what's really interesting about the book is it's not just like your typical business success story.
Right.
It goes deeper, exploring company culture,
Yeah.
customer service, even the science of happiness.
So worm farmer to CEO, that's quite a jump. It sounds like he had that entrepreneurial spirit from the get-go.
Oh, absolutely. Even as a kid, he was starting businesses.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, like a worm farm.
Get out of here.
Selling greeting cards, making buttons. He even used this fake department code on his address
What?
to make his ventures seem bigger.
Oh, sneaky.
So ingenious, right? That drive, it's clear that Grumno played a huge role in his success later on.
So those early ventures were like practice for him,
Yeah.
building up those entrepreneurial muscles.
Exactly. And that's a big takeaway here, even those experiences that maybe didn't work out.
Yeah.
They teach you about resilience, adapting to things.
So true. So let's talk Link Exchange.
Okay.
Big part of Jay's story kind of sets the stage for Zappos.
Right. Link Exchange was massive, grew so fast, got the attention of giants like Yahoo.
Wow.
The energy there was electric, total we're taking on the world vibe.
I love that.
They even had this fun tradition, hazing new employees with the Macarena.
You're kidding?
Nope. Even their serious investor, Michael Moritz, he got in on it.
Wait, hold on. A British venture capitalist doing the Macarena. I got to hear more about this.
Picture it. Michael Moritz.
Okay.
Impeccable suit, right? Awkwardly trying to do the Macarena.
Hilarious.
The whole office is cheering him on. It really shows that camaraderie, the joy they had in those early days.
That's awesome. But we see this a lot, right? Fast-growing companies, things change. The book talks about Link Exchange's later days as death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, you got it. The culture shifted, bureaucracy crept in,
What?
and that joy, it started to fade. That was a huge turning point for Hsieh.
I bet.
He saw how important it is to keep that company culture strong, maintain that spark,
Makes sense.
even as a company grows. It's what shaped his approach with Zappos later.
So after Link Exchange, Hsieh went through this phase searching for his passion.
He did.
Investments, even poker.
Yeah,
Did poker affect how he approached business at all?
it totally did. Poker taught him about choosing the right opportunities. Just like in poker, where you gotta evaluate the players, what's at stake, the whole scene.
Right.
He realized how important it is to pick the right table in business, too. Assessing risk, knowing when to fold.
Smart. So here comes Zappos. But it wasn't all easy, right? They had some tough times early on.
For sure. You think about it, fragmented shoe industry, financial struggles, almost went bankrupt.
Whoa.
And there's this story in the book, moving inventory to Kentucky, and the truck flips over.
Oh, no.
It's a perfect example of the unexpected hurdles they face.
I can't even imagine the stress of that. A whole truck of shoes on the highway.
Nightmare, right.
Total nightmare.
But those challenges, they forced Zappos to adapt, find creative solutions, strengthen their resolve. They learned to roll with the punches.
And in the middle of all that, they make a huge decision.
Right.
They decide to prioritize customer service and company culture.
That's what makes Zappos different. They didn't just want to sell shoes, they wanted to deliver happiness.
I love that.
They knew happy employees lead to happy customers. And exceptional service, that's how you build loyalty.
So this delivering happiness thing, it became their identity
It's even in the title of the book.
and their famous 10 core values.
Exactly. Deliver wow-do through service. Create fun and a little weirdness.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
And these weren't just words on a poster.
No way.
They were woven into everything. Hiring, daily work, their whole approach.
That's wild.
They even had Bald and Blue Day.
Bald and Blue Day.
Employees shaved their heads, dyed in blue. Sounds crazy.
It does sound a little crazy.
But it shows how dedicated they were to building a unique culture.
Yeah.
Fun, engaging, different from everyone else.
What was the thinking behind Bald and Blue Day.
It wasn't just about being weird for the sake of it.
Okay.
It was about a shared experience, building community,
I feel.
reminding everyone it's okay to be different, to be yourself.
Powerful message.
It was a way to bring those core values to life.
So a way to solidify their company culture? That's actually brilliant.
It is.
Speaking of brilliant, if you're enjoying this deep dive,
Yeah.
we encourage you to grab a copy of Tony Hsieh's Delivering Happiness.
To it.
There's a link to buy it in the episode description.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely worth a read if you're into building strong company culture or just learning about Hsieh's journey.
Incredible story. And they didn't just talk about those values either. They actually, put them into action.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can really see it in some of the stories from the book.
Totally. The book's full of these anecdotes that just bring those values to life.
Like there's that one about random acts of woe-ness,
Oh, yeah.
where employees would go above and beyond for customers,
Wow.
like helping someone find a pizza late at night.
Yeah.
It shows that Zappos didn't see customer service as just selling stuff. It was about creating these memorable experiences.
Wow, that's amazing going above and beyond like that. Most companies wouldn't even think of that.
Right. It's a great example of how exceeding expectations can create those really loyal customers.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's not just about customers either. Their family spirit value.
Yeah.
It's beautifully illustrated in that story about how they supported an employee who lost her husband.
Oh, yeah.
They provided emotional support, practical assistance, even offered to cater the reception for the funeral.
It's incredible, right?
It really shows how much they cared about their employees as people, not just workers.
Exactly. It's about creating that sense of community belonging, which is so important for a company culture to really thrive.
Yeah.
Speaking of big moments in Zappos' journey, we got to talk about the Amazon acquisition in 2009.
Yeah, that was huge.
A big turning point. And I'm sure a lot of people are wondering what it would mean for Zappos, their culture, their autonomy.
For sure. I mean, it's natural to worry that the giant corporation like Amazon might just try to absorb Zappos and erase everything that made them special.
Totally. But what's interesting is that Hsieh and his team, they saw the acquisition as an opportunity. Yeah, a chance to speed up their mission. They fought hard to keep their autonomy, their cultural focus, to make sure Zappos would stay Zappos, even under Amazon.
And it sounds like they did it. The book describes the all-hands meeting announcing the acquisition as like a party.
It was.
Party music, beach balls, this buzz of excitement.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a typical corporate takeover.
Not at all. It really shows that positive energy, the trust that Hsieh had built in the company.
Yeah.
They saw the acquisition not as a loss of control, but as a chance to grow, expand, while staying true to who they were.
That's pretty impressive, being able to use Amazon's resources and reach without losing their identity.
Yeah.
Hsieh's story isn't just about business success, though.
You're right.
He connects it to the pursuit of happiness, which I find fascinating. He talks about these 3 types of happiness.
Okay.
Pleasure, passion, and higher purpose.
Yeah, that's a big takeaway from the book, and it's something that resonates with a lot of people. He argues that pleasure, it's fleeting, passion can be fickle, but finding a higher purpose, that's what brings real lasting fulfillment.
I see. So it's about finding something bigger than yourself, something that gives your work meaning, connects you to a larger goal.
Exactly. And Hsieh believes that passion, it becomes even stronger, more sustainable when it's fueled by that sense of purpose.
Makes sense. It's about aligning your work with your values and trying to make a positive impact.
Right. And then he introduces this idea of happiness as a fractal.
Okay, that sounds a little complex. Can you explain that?
Sure. Think of a fractal like a pattern that repeats itself at different sizes.
Uh-huh.
So Hsieh applies this to happiness, suggesting that those same things that create happiness in one area of your life can be applied to others.
So like those small, frequent promotions at Zappos,
Mm-hmm.
they created that sense of progress, happiness among employees.
Exactly. And in the same way, little acts of kindness recognition within your own team, they can create this ripple effect of positivity.
I like that. So it's about recognizing those core principles that bring joy and applying them everywhere, whether it's work relationships or your personal life.
It's a holistic approach to happiness.
I love it. And it means we have more control over our own happiness than we might realize.
Right. You don't have to wait for some big gesture or life event to experience happiness. It's about cultivating those little moments of joy every day.
That's powerful. And Tony Hsieh's Delivering Happiness is filled with insights just like that.
It really stays with you. And speaking of staying with you, we want to remind you to subscribe to the Executive Read.
Yes.
For more deep dives like this one, we cover so many topics to help you stay ahead in the world of business and beyond.
Absolutely. And if you want to go deeper into Tony Hsieh's journey, Learn more about his approach to business and happiness.
Yeah.
Definitely pick up a copy of Delivering Happiness. There's a link to buy it in the episode description.
Great book.
Now, before we wrap up, we want to leave you with 3 things to think about.
Okay.
First, think back to a time when you experienced amazing customer service. What made it so memorable? What can you learn from that and use in your own interactions with customers or clients?
Good question.
Second, take a minute to think about your company's values or your own personal values. How do they show up in what you do every day? Are you really living those values? If not, how do you better align your actions with your beliefs?
It's important to check in with yourself like that.
And lastly, think about happiness as a fractal. What small changes can you make today in your work or personal life that could create those positive ripples and make you feel better? Maybe it's thanking a colleague, taking a few minutes for mindfulness, or just doing something kind for someone else. Remember, even small things can have a big impact on your happiness and the happiness of those around you.
That's so true. Small steps lead to big changes.
Tony Hsieh's Delivering Happiness gives us a roadmap for that journey, filled with insights and stories that can help us create more fulfilling lives and build those meaningful connections.
It's a book everyone should read.
So if you're looking for inspiration, practical advice, and a new perspective on business and happiness, we highly recommend checking it out. You can find a link in the episode description.
And don't forget to subscribe to The Executive Read for more deep dives into the world of business leadership and personal growth. We're here to help you stay informed, inspired, and ahead of the curve.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you got a lot out of it. Until next time, keep those core values close, keep delivering happiness, and keep making a positive impact on the world around you. It really is,
Yeah.
Happiness is something we work on, something we build.
Yeah, it's not just going to fall into our laps.
And like you said, it's often those small, consistent things we do that make the biggest difference.
Like building a company culture, right?
Exactly.
It's not a one-time thing. You got to keep reinforcing those values, recognizing people's efforts, creating that environment where everyone feels valued.
It's about creating a culture of happiness. In our work, in our lives, everywhere.
Absolutely. And like his story shows us, we can all aim for that.
We can all deliver happiness, right?
Exactly. And you know what? You don't need a billion-dollar company to do it.
So true.
It starts with those small, conscious actions. Staying true to your values. And really wanting to make a positive impact.
And Tony Hsieh's Delivering Happiness gives us a guide for that.
It does.
Filled with those amazing insights, inspiring stories.
Yeah, it can help us create those fulfilling lives, those connections that really matter.
So if you're looking for a boost of inspiration, some practical tips, a fresh perspective on business and happiness,
it's a must-read.
Pick up a copy of the book. You can find a link in the episode description.
And hey, don't forget to subscribe to The Executive Read.
Yes.
For more deep dives into business, leadership, personal growth, all that good stuff.
We're here to keep you informed, inspired, and ahead of the game. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into delivering happiness.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Until next time, remember those core values. Keep delivering happiness and keep striving to make a positive impact on the world around you.